I'm gonna be for real with you, man. You should never feel bad for your ex, ever. It's honestly a waste of time. And even if you cheated, I don't condone it. Chances are you are in the same situation I am, which is the whole game is stacked against you. Right? Like, we're supposed to pretend social media isn't a dating app. We're supposed to pretend that, like, there isn't a sea of simps that are just straight up orbiting her all the damn time. We're supposed to pretend everything is nice and dandy and Disney and fairy tale, the way it's beautifully written and appealed, right? Social media is fake, and we're okay with that. We are. We all know this. This is okay. But that doesn't mean we just accept bullshit, like in real life. No, you won't. It takes two to tango. So you shouldn't feel bad for her because, like, when shit goes down, the world catches her, no matter what. And while I do think there's a level of, like, game that is necessary, a level of, like, somewhat coaxing the aesthetics of what's going down, right? Like, a little bit of omission here, a little bit of stretching the truth there. There's almost like a level of it that's necessary. I don't condone straight up full blown manipulation and full blown lying, but it is kind of to the point where, like, who cares? She's gonna be on the next guy in 3 months, 1 month, 6 months. Who cares? She already hates reliable, good, down to earth men. Like, who cares, bro? Like, when things get done to a guy, the world watches you fall just to see if you get back up again. Just to see if you get back up again. And while there's something beautiful and sacred and necessary for your growth in that cycle, the whole time she's not alone. She's in the group chat, the gym mirror, some guy's DMs labeled God's timing. Every time you're worrying, just remember, like, she sneezes and simps form a prayer circle. Chances are she knew exactly what she was getting into. She knew exactly what you were. Chances are that good chance. Not gonna front. I've seen, I've played it out in my own life, but I've also seen it in others. Like, bro, if you were, like, straight up evil or diabolical, she'll that's the modus operandi that, like, you were for her at that time. And she was totally down with it. She was totally cool with it. Only to see until you're ready to change, you want the lasting longevity. That's when it's done. That's when it switches up. You just change for no reason. But the problem with all this, at the end of the day, like, the meat of the matter, is that everything is rigged and stacked against you. You're probably still talking to yet another woman who has no idea what a guy wants, who doesn't care and doesn't have to, and probably expects you to gaslight yourself. I mean, honestly, it's okay. It's okay. If the truth isn't for every guy out there. Most guys can't handle the truth, really. And the truth of the matter is that, like, we are living in the most, what do you call it? The biggest cope is that MGTOW and these other spaces have done anything. Dude, there is an infinite amount of never-ending simps that are just being baptized eternally on this world. Fair enough. Now, I probably didn't make this a very, I didn't, like, 1, 2, 3 this. But my last bit just for this is, you don't have time. You can't afford to stay guilty, to feel guilty. You have to just move on to the next thing. Keep working on yourself. because everything can bail, anything and everything will bail her out, but no one's coming to bail you out as a dude. So just keep chugging along, and just make a choice. Are you going to continue to do this sort of thing? Will you be this sort of guy? Will you continue to be this sort of guy or not? And you just have to live with those consequences. It's really that fucking easy. The idea that we overcomplicate things is just, it astounds me that I ever did that too. But chances are that she's going to do what every other girl does, which is her standards go higher. They get, for all intents and purposes, worse the more ran through she gets. The older she gets, the level of simping required to be with her also gets higher. And, there's a level of, I can understand that there's a level of investment, right? Emotional investment that's going to be expected if she's going to also want to build something. I get that, but at this point, it's just ridiculous, man. I think church girls are worse now. They're so much worse than a modern girl. At the very least, a modern girl, you kind of already know what to get out of it. The transaction is very clear. But with the Christian girl, it's just ridiculous. It's are you a virgin? No? Oh. You want me to do all this? Yes. Okay. It makes no goddamn sense, And then if she has a kid, she's apparently even harder to tie down. How is it even fucking possible? How is this even working? Doesn't your standards need to get lower? The more ran through you are, the older you get. Let's say if you have a kid, it's crazy, dude. It's insane. So chances are you kind of you probably didn't want her to be that kind of girl. I know that's for sure. There are some girls I loved that I didn't want her to go a certain direction, but woman in truth, woman in rationality don't work. There's nothing you can do. So you probably were just two canon events to each other. And that's all that it was meant to be. So don't ever feel bad for her. She's in good hands. She's in great hands all the time. She's in Christ's hands now. Okay? Very, very much. There's a pastor's son out there hoping to heal what he didn't break. You'll be fine. She'll be fine. Type of thing. Anyway, that's all for today. Deuces.